Yo, what's up, guys? As you can see, I just deposited $4,000 into my ASSEX Market account. That's it, 4,000. So I'm looking forward to like a 50% deposit bonus. So once I get that, the account should be at $6,000, guys. So just as I said, the $2,000 deposit, but the bonus deposit has been deposited, and now we have $6,000 right there to trade. And I deposited this 4,000 just for the purpose of taking one trade, and that is this entity trade right there. So initially I was supposed to take 10,000 and 100k, and I want to do something crazy right now. Just risk everything on this trade, which shouldn't happen, but I just want to do it. I'm risking the whole 6,000 on this trade, and as you can see, it's a real account. As you can see, it's a real account. So I have $2,000 extra, and a sell limits already set on XAU, and you can see that's the risk. The risk is it's approximately $6,000, and the take profit is around $12,000. So that's like 1 to 2, and that would take me to, once I make 12,000, and if the trade actually goes well and I close that $12,000, that would hit my targets for the week with one trade. All right, so apparently the gold setup that I wanted to take initially got to this point and didn't tap into my POI, but it sold off, smashing the TP and all of that. But then this would have been, with this massive drop right there, that would have been a little over $15,000 or probably 20, but it didn't happen. So which is why we had to take the GBPCAD trade, which is another one.
Hey chat, so I just took the first trade on the $4,000 account. Live account. I just took the first trade, risking 2,000 thereabouts, and this is the trade right here. So I kind of used footprint confirmation to get in, which is why I have my entry here and not directly at the POI. 1 to 2, that's 4,000, and when it goes well, the account should be sitting at $10,000 and equity and $8,000 in balance. So let's see how it goes. All right, so the trade is currently in profit right there, and we have it about $1,200 profit. So we're currently about $7,000 equity. Yeah. So let's tap on the trade. Let's see what's up. And right there you have it. The entry, the SL, and the TP. First trade. Blue. All right, guys. So I'll keep you guys updated. And mind you, I also have this right there. And it's also a real account with the ASSEXMARKETS. Yeah, so this is a trade recap for the GBPCAD trade that I took. And why did I buy from this zone? Well, it's pretty much simple. All I do in the market, or all I tend to do in the market, is number one, I tend to look for my setup, my typical setup, which is that type 1 or type 2, and this is my high probable setup, and this is somewhat low probable. However, with a story to back it up, it makes it make sense. It gives it it actually adds confidence and all of that with story to back it up. So then let's move straight into this. So number one step is coming to the market to look for either type 1 or type 2, and that's exactly what I saw here. Just a sweep, the break of structure. Now before the break of structure, we have the structural liquidity, which is the last low before this main low, and in this case that's what we have, structural liquidity, which is the last low before this main low. We have the sweep, the break, and the structural liquidity. It's just that simple. Let me show you guys. the sweep, then the break of structure, and price comes back to the structural liquidity, and we would have this. However, without a story to back this up, this will likely fail more than 10 times, because you need a story, you need a reason, you need substance. Why do you think this should actually hold? Why should it hold? You need to ask yourself these things, right? You didn't just come into the market to trade based off the patterns that have been displayed here. It doesn't work that way. You need to have a reason. So which is why, I mean, for me, I just keep it very, very simple. I just want to know, is the price at the current, at the discount zone or the premium zone? Then I take my trade. So obviously, if I want to buy, I want price to be at the discount zone. If I want to sell, I want price to be at the premium zone. Also aligning with higher time frame structure. So in this case now, this is a 1 hour time frame, and I'm seeing a buy. So I obviously wouldn't want to buy if price was at the higher time frame premium zone. I obviously wouldn't dare to buy if price was here. Right, I obviously would not try to buy if price was here. So let's see if this aligns with the higher time frame structure. Right, so this is the 1 hour time frame. The next thing I have to do is just go to the 4 hour. So this is a 4 hour time frame, and as you can see, we have this major swing, this swing structure right there, which I like to call the basic market structure, or the basic structure, right? You can see price is quite bullish on the higher time frame. So that is number one. Price is bullish on the higher time frame. We have the structure, we have this break of structure right there. So that's number one. And number two is confirming the current zone, either the discount or premium zone. And our entry, which is our setup, was actually formed the discount zone, which makes it valid to actually buy from. But where exactly is it coming from? And what we can see right here is that price is currently coming from this zone right here. This is actually what price tapped into before it gave us the setup, and that's pretty much all I have to look out for in terms of technical analysis. However, if you noticed, my entry is here and not directly here, but that's because I use order flow for confirmation. I tend to know who is currently in the control. Is it the buyers or the sellers? And what do I mean? There's something called the footprint chart, where I'm able to tell if the buyers or sellers are in control. So when price taps into my POI, I wouldn't just jump into a trade straight up. I still want to confirm. I still need another confluence to determine who is currently in control, whether the buyers or the sellers, before I'm able to jump into the trade. Which is why at this point, this is where the buyers got in, and that's where I got into the trade. Now on a normal day, I also have just covered this low, right? I just covered this low. You can see price didn't come back to that low, but let's leave that for another day. So I just got in at this point, and I made sure to cover this low, and right now I'm currently out of the trade, and I expect price to take out this high. But then regardless, I have a target. I have a minimum target and a maximum target. So my maximum target for technical analysis setup is just 1 to 2, and that's pretty much it. The type 1 or type 2 with a story to back it up, and that's how you come up with a wonderful trade setup. And if you guys want more of these, just leave a comment. And also, if you're not in my Telegram channel, I think you should join. I make sure to drop free trade setups on the channel for everyone to make money from. I've been doing that consistently for what, 2 years now, and we've been so profitable. So if you want to see what profitability looks like, the channel is where it should be. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.